Hello and welcome to our Savasana series. This is where I show you how to set up different versions of Shavasana, and we spend a little bit more time on it than we might when we're in the middle of a class. So the first Shavasana that I want to set up today is going to be our Basic Relaxation Pose. If you have not watched the How to Fold a Blanket, you might want to refresh. But ultimately, this is my blanket here that I'll be using. I'm going to open it up, fringe to fringe. I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to take the short edges and bring them together. Then we're going to do the same thing. So short edges come together. Excellent. So from here, that's where it gets interesting. We're going to fold the blanket in half. And then we're going to step it back. So can you see that I have chosen here not the rounded edge? That's not what we want. This blanket actually wants to fold this way. But the multi-sided edge is going to fold over, and it's creating this stepped shape here. Just going to remove that. Creating this stepped shape here, okay? And this is going to live at the head of your mat. You're going to center it in the mat. Right down the center. This space here is to make sure that there is room for your shoulders, okay? And this is going to get tucked into our head support. Now, this is a prop intensive pose on purpose. Yes, there are a lot of props because your body deserves to be supported. And because what we're doing in this pose is we are reminding the body through comfort and through physiological cues that it is okay to start to relax. So the reason that I'm choosing this head support is because what it does is it's going to drop your chin so that your cervical spine is in flexion. This is going to tell your body that you are not in a space that is dangerous, right? That you're in a space where it's safe for you to drop your chin and to close your eyes, okay? So you're going to grab two blankets, and these are always funny to do after head support because I'm picky about the head support, but the wrist support looks very similar, okay? Blanket in our Tadasana shape, folded in half, but we don't worry too much. I want a little bit of a step here, as you can see, okay? This is stepped just like that. Why do I want this? Because we're going to bring the wrists into flexion. That's going to tell your body, again, that you're not open, that you're not tensed like this, that you can relax into those joints. So wrist support comes here because our hands come out that way. We're going to do another wrist support. So from Tadasana, fold in half, just like that, up here for your hands. Now, you're going to take a block. Blocks have settings. We have tall, medium, small. We're going to work with the small setting today. And I do this, I just come wide-legged to do this and kind of know the height from my torso. You may need to adjust here. But a block in this shape is going to come right in the center of your mat, okay? Right about where your knees will be. Then you'll take a bolster, all right? Make sure that there's no zipper facing your body, and that bolster is going to come at the foot of your mat. Okay. And now, move these. You're going to want to have something to cover your eyes, right? When our eyes are covered, it helps with the darkness. It helps us move inward. If you're not in a place where covering your eyes is something that you're comfortable with, that's totally fine. You can skip it. You can even kind of put it up high so it doesn't cover your eyes, but it puts a little bit of cover over your forehead. Okay. Now, so head, wrists, this is our knees. We're going to take another blanket from our Tadasana shape, but this time I'm going to grab all of these open edges. I'm going to fold them, and I'll show you 2 ways to do this. I'm going to fold it a third of the way, and I'm going to roll. Okay. So this is lovely. Third of the way, and it's rolled. And this is for your ankles. However, I have short legs. All right. So while on a lot of people, this height works, okay, you might find if your legs are shorter, it's not as comfortable because we want to support the backs of your ankles. They might not reach. So if you are under, let's say 5'4", you're going to grab, instead of the top here, you're going to grab the loose edge here. And we're going to fold again a third of the way or so, and then roll. And this is just a little bit thicker. And I know that for me, that's what I need because I have short legs. So 1, 2, 3, 4 blankets. I'm going to grab one more because I want to be able to cover my body. Okay, but I'm going to get into the pose first and show you what it looks like and do my head support, and then I'll cover up. So I am particular about this. Legs come over the bolster. Okay. But I don't want this where there's a gap, and I don't want you like all the way like that. You want the backs of your knees supported. You're not propped up like this. Your ankles float. Okay. You come on down and sort of measure out, okay, I don't want too much of my wrist on this blanket. I want my elbow on the floor and my wrists elevated. You can slip them under once you're ready. I'm going to put my hood on so you can see the head support better. So the blanket goes well under my shoulders, but the top of my head is also supported. I'm grabbing either side of the first layer, and I'm going to tuck it into my cervical spine. All right, now we're going to grab the bottom layer, tucking that in. Next, you're going to grab these 2 points up here and tuck them in, and I like to move down into my shoulders a little, because often when people are uncomfortable in this shape, it's because they feel like their head is kind of hanging. And so we want to give you more support there. So this is the shape, right? The head support, elbows on the floor, but the wrists are elevated. They can come into the blanket here. Your ankles float. Your knees are supported. Okay? You can cover your eyes here, or if you'd like a blanket, there's a couple more tricks. I sat straight up because I wanted to keep the shape, but for anyone practicing, please roll to your side. I have my blanket that I put over my legs, and I like to tuck under my calves, just like that. That's going to keep that internal rotation, just because the quads are pretty heavy and they pull a lot of people's legs into external rotation. Okay. Coming down. And from here, if you'd like, you can tuck a little of the blanket just under the hip. And that is when you can cover your eyes. You can set your timer for 20 minutes and rest here.